Hello, 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 hello out there in the internet lands. My name is Jaimelyn Gray. Welcome to You've Got a Thing, an interview thing about Milwaukee theater things. It is the week of Thursday, October 23rd is where we're at this week. And so I am incredibly busy. So this is going to be super short because I don't have time to do anything right now. We are 2 days away from opening Bed and Breakfast of the Damned by Cameron McNary over at the Constructivists, which is what we're actually talking about today. And I really don't have time for all the fancy things that I normally do in the video version of this. If you're listening to the audio version, who cares? Who gives a crap? You know, all good. You can just listen away and you'll be fine. But if you're used to the video version on YouTube or on Facebook, I'm sorry. I would love to do all the fancy things, like put pictures up and all the things. But I'm tapped. I'm totally tapped. So, with that being said, go and see Switzerland over at Renaissance Theater Works that opened last week, and that is reviews are coming out. It's really a great show and you're in a real great thriller. So go and see it. You're gonna love it. The second thing is that Skylight Music Theater's Fiddler on the Roof is closing this weekend, and I'm sorry. If you were hoping to see that show, I just heard it's standing room only. So good luck getting a seat because people are loving Fiddler on the Roof, and it is what it is, my friends. You missed it if you missed it, but you can try. Call the box office and see if you can squeeze in there in standing room if you'd like. And then there's a couple of other things, like it's Polish American Heritage Month. It's a whole. I just can't. We'll try again next week. Okay. But until then, and this interview ran a little long, so I don't want to, hold you any longer than I have to. So please enjoy this interview that I just did about 30 minutes ago with Cameron McNary, and you'll learn more about Bed and Breakfast of the Damned and come and see it this weekend. Okay, and today is a very, very special day here on You've Got a Thing because it's my thing. It's our thing. It's mine and Cameron's thing called Bed and Breakfast of the Damned, written by Cameron McNary. And we have the playwright right here with us. And I like to be transparent. So you're actually here in town in Milwaukee. And we tried so hard to record this together. I just wanted us together, on a couch doing, this interview. And it didn't work out last night because we got super late and we're at the Broadway Theater Center. And
it was just so hard we couldn't find a quiet space to do it in. Yeah.
Because I was thinking of doing it on the couch in the lobby, and then I totally forgot Fiddler on the Roof had a performance. And I just know that we would start the interview and the entire theater would empty out and we would just have nightmare scenarios. So here we are. We're going to do it the classic way.
Instead, you get me on the phone, doing it old school, doing it, catch as catch can.
Yeah. We like it. I like it a lot. It's great. I'm going to throw up the thing here, the ticket doodad right away. So just, in case I forget, because my brain is trash right now because we are in tech. We are, in all the crazy land of the final days of production.
And you are spinning so many plates. I get to watch it up close. You're doing such a great job of managing of husbanding a very complex production, right? Up to the wire.
You wrote a big thing.
I did. I wrote a monster of a play.
You wrote a monster of a play.
From an acting and production standpoint, it is a very intricate and complicated play, and the Constructivists are doing a fantastic job of bringing it to life.
We're doing our best. And I mean, I'm really proud of the work that we've done, because we've got a lot of young artists on this particular production. We as a company decided that this was a really great opportunity for a lot of young artists to get in on what is really a complicated production. But as far as like the set and the technical elements are concerned, it's in one location. It takes place only over a few hours, and it's just a good one for young persons to witness.
Yeah, and I mean just to choose just one element, it's a door slamming farce, and it's one of those things where the technical elements are simple, but you have to get them really right.
Right.
You got to have doors that slam just right, are sturdy, and that the actors can rely on, for instance. And that makes it really good for young artists to cut their teeth on, I think.
Totally. So let's rewind. We'll rewind just a little bit. So first of all, you can go to theconstructivists.org for tickets and information. We open on Saturday. So we're actually recording this today on the 23rd, and it's going up the 23rd. I try not to wait until the last minute to do these things, but sometimes
you've got a lot going on. I think
we've got a lot going on. So this is where we're at.
But let's talk about the play.
But let's talk about the play, yeah? So, yes. So, Bed and Breakfast of the Damned. So, my first encounter with this play. Well, let's go back even further, because, as far as transparency goes, you and I have known each other for a very long time. And so, we found each other again through the magic of Facebook. And you are a wonderful magical playwright who writes sort of these, funny, quirky. I love the title of your other like big work of Dice and Men. I think that's just hilarious. And so you wrote this play, and we were in the pandemic times, and you wanted to do a reading. So talk about that process a little bit.
Sure. Well, the first draft of this play was completed. Facebook was kind enough to remind me almost exactly 10 years ago, like 10 years ago last week.
Yeah.
And it's one of those things where it was like, so, well, just to give people background on the play, it is a classic Fado style door slamming sex farce with zombies.
Yes.
And
can you for people who don't know though, can you describe Fado style?
Sure. So Fado was a French playwright, and he defined. I mean, he wasn't the first one that did farce by any means, but he really honed it to perfection. He's like
what we think of farce as.
Yeah. And it was a time when I was watching a lot of mainly Faulty Towers, but also from Three's Company, which holds up surprisingly well. And I was like, you know what? Just as a playwright, I think I want to take a hack at writing a farce just as a formal exercise,
as a formal exercise.
Yeah, I mean, like I don't know, a painter might do like a pointillist piece or something, like just to like stretch my muscles, because it is one of the technically most intricate and difficult genres of play to write. You just have to keep so many plates spinning and keep track of so many things. and you cannot pull a single thread out of place in it without pulling all the threads, really.
Right.
And I was like, well, so what's my take on farce? And I was reading a book about farce, and it's a really fascinating book. It was from the 19th century. This book, I think, it's a really old book, and it was talking about how the essence of farce is secret, how the engine of farce, the things that drive farce, are secrets, and the juicier the secrets are, the better. And I was also watching a lot of Walking Dead at this time. And it occurred to me that if having somebody that you're not supposed to be having sex with hiding in a closet is a good secret, a juicy secret, having somebody hiding in the closet that you're not supposed to be having sex with a zombie bite is an even juicier secret. And I got maybe 10, 15 pages into it, and I figured out that I was right. That like this is a really solid engine to build a farce on. And yeah, so it that was when the first draft was done, and I did a few table reads back then. And getting plays is very hard. So it kind of sat on the shelf, and I would poke at it every once in a while, and that was okay. You know, you write these things sometimes just for yourself. But then COVID came around, and I wanted to maintain I wanted to feed my artist self, like a lot of us during COVID times, and so
we were all doing that.
So I took it off the shelf and got some of the best actors I know. And got them together on Zoom and did a couple table reads of this script to see if it still holds up and like what I could do with it. And I may have invited a certain someone I know to read stage directions because I knew they had a fantastic theater company that this might be a good fit for.
Yeah.
I hate to admit an ulterior motive, but there absolutely was.
Right on.
And it turns out I was right. And fortunately, you kind of, you like the script and decided to bring it to Milwaukee and have for the world premiere.
Yeah, my reaction after it was done was Milwaukee would love this. I mean, Milwaukee loves a really great farce. Like Noises Off goes around here, every couple years or so, and it sells out because people love it so much. And, really good farces are hard to find, It's like you say, it's not that easy to write a really good farce. And so but this for me and the Constructivists, as far as the Constructivists is concerned, and our style of art, this knocked it out of the park. And so we've been talking over a few years about when we could get this roll. We were talking about doing a workshop of it and all these kinds of things.
Oh my God, yeah, we have, haven't we?
Yeah.
Like this just kept getting pushed back and pushed back.
Yeah.
And I had another offer to do the world premiere of this play here, and I'm glad I did not take it. That was almost 2 years ago that happened, and it fell through, and I'm glad that it did. I was a little disappointed at the time, but this is the right place for this play to happen.
Yeah, I believe that. Yeah, I believe that 100%. And some of that just had to do with the fact that I was going through a lot of things in my home life with, my brother and his ALS and things like that, that it just I was not going to be able to properly manage this work the way that I wanted to. And the brain space, I think, that's needed for because we did say, so if we're not going to do the workshop, we can do this as a working process. And so we streamed you in to rehearsals, and you were rewriting things in rehearsals and things like that over the past 6 weeks to fine tune.
If I can just articulate, if you're going to be a playwright in rehearsal, is possibly the worst possible way to do it.
It's not the best.
There was a lot of things about zooming into rehearsal that were absolutely excruciating as a playwright, just because of the limitations of the medium and communicating. But everybody made such generous space for the things that needed to be tweaked about the script and needed to be worked on, and the actors took. There were many more script changes than I was expecting. Fortunately, there were no big structural changes. Like I tend to write fairly complete scripts. Like I chew on scripts a long time before I actually sit down at the keyboard. Like a year, a month, 2 years. I mean, months, 2 years. I will be chewing on an idea, acting out scenes in my head. And then, so when I finally sit down and write the thing, it has been very well considered. And this was no exception. So there were not big structural issues that had to be changed at all. But there were lots of things, little things that just kind of was like, oh, this needs to be clearer, that needs to be clearer. That does not actually work with physical human beings in space on a stage.
Yeah.
And in particular, like a lot of the choreography and the violence choreography, especially, the possibilities of what you guys were able to do with it were so much better than what I was able to conceive of. That I had to rewrite it to make space for that. God, man, some of what you've done with that is it takes my breath away.
Yeah, well, we've got some great people making, like Nicole is just one of my favorite artists. Her violence work is so good. It's so good. It's
some of the best I've ever seen. It's really, and I've seen a fair amount. It fits the spirit of the play. I don't want to give anything away, but I won't. Except to say that the last 5 minutes of the play, your jaw will be on the floor.
Yeah. It's like a really good ending to a really good football game. It's last few
more
minutes.
ways than one.
Yeah. And like in our intimacy person, Laura Sturm is one of the most just emotional. She's so emotionally connected to artists and the work. The way that translates into the work on stage is also some of the best work that I've seen, because she's a teacher as well. And so the way that she communicates is so wonderful.
And I was initially slightly surprised that you felt I shouldn't have been, but I was initially slightly surprised that you felt that you wanted to bring in an intimacy choreographer on this, because I just didn't think of that part of the play as being that serious. For some stupid reason, but I tend to write plays that have a heart, that are kind of humanist in their outlook, and that ultimately have a I don't know how to put it exactly. They have a gentleness to them at the heart of it, and she saw that, and you did too, and really. The work that she's done to bring that tone in the play where it happens just really makes the thing. It's exactly where that note in the orchestra should be, and it makes it more than just laugh. It's the sigh to it. It's the thing that makes your heart reach out of your chest some. It really makes it land, and it's really lovely.
Yeah, totally. I completely agree. I would kick myself if we failed to mention the pugs.
So, when I was writing this, one of the elements that I considered is like, what is the kind of, I'm trying to remember exactly where that came from. Okay, so it is set in a pug-themed bed and breakfast, and I think it essentially came from the character of Carl, that I needed someone who was mentally fragile, who the residents of the bed and breakfast felt a need to protect from certain information. And the thing that I figured is I created this character of Carl who maintains this pristine bed and breakfast in the middle of a zombie apocalypse, which is insane. He goes it's mentioned at the top of the play that he dusts regularly.
Yeah.
Which is just absurd. And I was like, so okay, what's the most I don't know, bed and breakfasty thing that how can I take that and turn it across the line into 11? And giving a theme was the thing that I thought of, and pugs was the most incongruous thing, most non-zombie apocalypse thing I could think of. It's just spiritually, it just fit when it dropped in, and it's one of the things people, in terms of concept, one of the things people are most struck by in the play is the pug-themed bed and breakfast. Snug as a Pug is the title of the bed and breakfast. And oh my God, you guys should see the set. What you guys are doing with the pug theme in terms of the set is just, it's making me, it's giving me life. It is making me roll and giving me life. So fantastic.
Yeah, I love Sarah Harris's design work. I love more her need to paint wallpaper. It's like it brings her such joy in her life, and so she is hand painting pug themed wallpaper. And what we've seen so far, it's not even there yet. It has to be there. It has to be there today because we're doing production photos today. So when I get to the theater today, it better be there today.
And that's a really good. This is a really good moment to mention one of the things that I love most about being a playwright. One of the most humbling things about being a playwright is when you show up and you see talented, skilled artists pouring the kind of, I'm also an actor.
Yeah.
When you see other artists pouring the kind of effort that you are used to pouring into a script, into something that you just made up. I keep wanting to tell the cast and crew this, you guys know, I just made this thing up, right?
Yeah.
It just didn't. I just kind of wrote this thing. You guys are taking it so seriously. Which on the other hand, I'm not a very spiritual person, but there's something spiritual about that to me. It is a bigger rush than acting is for me, and that's saying a lot. I consider myself primarily an actor first. And watching artists, and that is that's the actors, but also it includes the tech crew and the designers and everyone, the entire artistic team, and you, Jaimelyn, just take my work so seriously and bring it to life with such integrity is really humbling. And lovely, and to give a particular shout out to the cast. I am not an easy playwright.
No.
In terms of the text on the page.
No.
I am a playwright of language. I write very musically. My language, it looks like it's contemporary on the page. It looks like you can kind of feel your way through it. You can't.
Yeah.
If you try to do that, it'll break your arm. It is very particular in its punctuation and its rhythm and its musicality. It is hard dialogue. In terms of, not saying nothing about quality, but in terms of difficulty, I put it right up there with Stoppard or Mamet or Shaw. Like it is tough text, and to see the care with which this cast has tackled that, and then put on top of that the script changes that I've had to throw at them, especially during the first half of the rehearsal process. They've just done such a fantastic job climbing that mountain, and I cannot say how grateful I am for that.
And they're all local. They're all local Milwaukee-based artists. We've got Molly Kempfer, we've got Becky Kofta, we've got Stacy Madsen, we've got Ken Miller, Constructivist company member who, if people are Constructivist fans, they know Matthew Scales by now, because I think this is his eighth production, because he's so good at dark comedy. I love him, so I need him to be around, because he's just such a good human. And
I love talking to him and giving him notes and stuff, because he immediately gets what I'm talking about. Like just in terms of physical comedy and the little comic moments and everything, he immediately gets what I'm talking about and makes it happen immediately. And it's so easy.
Yeah. And then Philip Steinbecker's, and so we've got half of Constructivist returnees and half of newbies as far as the cast is concerned. And then we also have to mention, we do have swing actors as well, who Nate Press and Katie Merriman,
which is mind blowing. I do not understand people who, for those that don't know, swing refers to understudies who handle more than one role.
More than one role, yeah.
Right. Like so if
Nate
is
taking all the men.
If we have one of the male actors, 3 male actors go out, we got somebody to cover that. If we got one of the female actors, we got 2 actors that cover that. And I am one of those actors that I do not understand how they do it. Never mind with this play.
Yeah.
Like, wow.
Yeah. And then wait, I have to also mention Emily Harris, because Emily Harris is understudying Melissa, and that role is so physical based in nature. We needed a one-on-one understudy situation with that, because that was a lot of work.
And you mentioned that all the actors are local. If I can just give a shout out to local actors, this is a phenomenon that's near to my heart. As a DC, I'm from the Washington D.C. area.
Right.
As a DC actor, people hear local actors a lot of time, and there is a tendency to think of it as somehow lesser than an actor from New York or Chicago or LA or something like that. And I just want to say that, like, when you're looking at a local actor, you're generally, I am very pleased to have my play in the hands of local actors.
Yeah.
Because when you look at local actors, you are not looking at people who are any less talented, any less skilled, any less passionate than the people who've gone off to New York or Chicago or LA. You're just looking at people who've chosen a more sane lifestyle.
who chose Milwaukee, who chose to live here. They like Milwaukee, they like the vibe, they like the everything about it.
My thing about that is I've always said, like, okay, if you wanna go make art, move to New York. If you want to be famous, move to LA. If you want to starve, move to Chicago. If you want to be comfortable, move to DC. And that's also, and by comfortable, I don't mean like, relaxed sort of way. I mean, if you want to have a sane life, if you want to raise kids, if you want to have a life that is other than just, that is complete, if you want to have a complete life. And my understanding is Milwaukee is very much like that as well. That they're spiritually, as theater cities, they're very similar.
Totally. Yeah, if you don't want to be stuck in traffic for 45 minutes to an hour.
Okay, yeah, you got us there. Because the Beltway,
the Beltway is not awesome, right? Yeah. So and then we just on top of how challenging the work is, I also have to say our actors have day jobs.
Yeah.
we're a non-equity company. We rehearse at night during the week and Saturday daytimes, and we do it over about a 6-week period, and we make this stuff happen.
And in like the first, 2-3 weeks of production, we would get done with rehearsal at like 11 o'clock my time and on the East Coast. And I would stay up until midnight, 1 o'clock, putting together 3 to 4 pages of line changes, turn those around to the actors, and they would have to have them in place by the next rehearsal the next day. And they did
or at least try to. There's some really, 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 really great work being done on stage, and you should come and see it.
Okay. Bear in mind, I wrote the thing.
Yeah.
Last night at dress rehearsal, there was a moment that was so funny. I laughed so hard, I literally started to gray out. I literally started to feel faint. Like, I can't remember the last time that has happened to me. I mean, in the theater, at a movie, seeing a comedian, anything. It was sublime in how funny it was and how hilarious it was.
Yeah. It was a great run last night.
And it was just it's when artists take your work. I mean, I'm very attached to my vision of my work as I've conceived it in my head. Like so not every playwright is, not every writer is, but I am. It's a thing that is one of my perhaps biggest flaws as a writer. In fact, is it's hard for me to let go of things. But watching these performers take it above and beyond what I thought of, what I conceived of, and it's just been so joyous for me. It's the thing.
You got a little emotional yesterday seeing your play up on the marquee. Yeah.
Oh, I totally did. A little emotional. I bawled. Are you kidding me? Yeah, no, because I came into rehearsal yesterday, and they were just finishing putting the letters of the title of the play up on the marquee, and I didn't realize that it didn't start really. I mean, I got a little misty outside, but it didn't really until I came in to the space and saw the set and turned and looked at you, and just the whole 10 years of it just all kind of crashed down on me at once. Not in a bad way, not in a painful way. It was just I bawled. I cried openly. I wept.
Yeah.
At the realization of the thing is so, to stand in the accomplishment of that I don't mean my accomplishment. I mean
the team.
Yeah, the team.
Yeah.
Is just it rocked me.
Yeah.
I'm getting even a little emotional right now too.
Yeah. It's here. We did it. Yep. We made it happen. People are coming tomorrow to an invited preview to so that we can work out some laughs,
most important of all, like it is going to be ready when they come. Like I'm looking forward to getting it in front of an audience.
Same. It's time.
Like
it's time.
There are so, I was kind of talking with you about this last night. There are so many ways this process could have gone off the rails. Like if it had been with a director that I didn't trust as much as I do with you, if it had been with a cast that we took designers that didn't get it.
That's amazing to say, because you've never seen me direct before.
Yeah, but just as long as I've known you, I trust you as an artist.
Yeah.
And the way you talked about the script, I could tell that you got it. That you understood how it worked, what was important about it. And I mean, and also, like, it comes down to, like, personally, as a friend, I trust you.
Yeah.
Which is kind of odd how that works into it, but that's very true. That I knew you weren't going to hurt my baby. I knew you were gonna take it in your own heart and make it grow beyond what I thought was even possible with it.
Yeah. I try really, really hard to not embarrass playwrights. I try really hard.
That is perhaps one of the most Jaimelyn phrases I've ever heard. For those of you that don't know, Jaimelyn is not the most optimistic person in the world. There's
not with my life, not the one that I've been given.
This sort of sardonicness to your nature that I just adore. And I think in this process it's really been balanced out very well from my very optimistic, sunny take on things.
Yeah,
it would be very funny after a run, and just to the different way that we would express our feelings about it has been very funny. Let's just say I tend to see the good, and you tend to see the next thing to fix a lot of the time.
Yep.
Which you need both of those things.
Well, we have talked for a whole 35 minutes, so this is an extra special You've Got a Thing for people out there. If you want to get tickets, I'm gonna just tell you, opening night is on its way to be selling out. It's at that point where I'm like, it's like 65% sold right now or something like that. And you figure it's probably going to be about 10 tickets a day and then 15 seats at the door. It's gonna put us super, super close. So I would not wait to get your tickets. And listen,
if you come this weekend, I'm going to be there.
Yeah, Cameron will be there this weekend. Yeah.
And please, one of the wonderful things about theater is that you are in a space with the artists. And I am not a shy artist. Come up, say hi to me, tell me what you thought. Let's have a conversation about it.
Yeah, totally.
I totally love making myself available for those kinds of conversations. You know me. I have a lovely black velour jacket that I've set aside for opening night.
Okay.
I'll be fancy.
Okay, good. I won't.
We can get tickets.
We can get tickets. Anybody can go to theconstructivists.org to get your tickets and more information about their show. There's a content list on there if you're nervous about content and all the kind of stuff. But it's a world premiere, you guys. Nobody else has seen this. And I'm going to guarantee to you will not see anything else like this in Milwaukee this season. I would almost guarantee you will not see anything else like this in the Midwest. If you're coming from Chicago, you will not see anything like this in Chicago. This is a once in a lifetime opportunity to see a zombie farce.
It is. No, it is. I would go so far as to say I've never really seen another film
quite like it ever.
And I can't say too much, but I don't know that it will be a once in a lifetime opportunity. This is your one chance to come see it first. This is your one chance to come say, I saw this play when. Again, I can't say more than that. But
come Saturday, and it's the first show of this show ever.
Yep.
And Cameron will be there, and I will be there, and it'll be a great time. So come. Yeah. All right. I'm going to cut this interview. We've talked long enough. We've talked long enough. So come and see a show, all. And I will see you later at rehearsal. Bye. there you go. There you have it. As we said, I've known Cameron for a very, very long time. I think we met in the summer of 2000 is what I figured. So 25 years ago, we met in Cedar City, Utah, at the Utah Shakespeare Festival. And I used to be a big old Shakespeare nerd, and then Shakespeare rejected me. And so I said, I'm going to do contemporary. And that's what happened. And so there you have it. I hope you come out and see the show. It's super fun. And then next week, we're going to have a couple of Milwaukee Theatre Alliance independent artists to talk about production that they're in, Blithe Spirit, but that's Dawn Molly Dwayne and Maria. It's a Polish last name, and I totally slaughter it. It's like Bunchek or something like that. Schmidt is the easier one to say. So we're gonna talk to them next week about their production, because if you don't know, you can become an independent artist of the Milwaukee Theatre Alliance. You can just reach out to info@Maketa, MKETA, Milwaukee Theatre Alliance. Haha, you see how we did that? Maketa.org to talk about how it's only $10, and we try to promote you on You've Got a Thing and on the calendar on the website and things like that. So there you go. So we'll talk to them next week, and it'll be a great time. But until then, I'm going to go and take a nap, and then I'm going to go and hunt down some frames for some pug pictures because pugs. And then I hope to see you at the show this weekend or another weekend or some weekend or just, talk to you next week on You've Got a Thing.